Well, what's up, guys? Happy Saturday morning. This is the very first episode of Coffee with Chris that we're having on this channel. Now, this is an idea that I've had in this big bald head of mine since before I started this channel. I wanted to have a weekly episodic type video that was just kind of more unedited and more raw than what you see when we have to do more complicated videos out in the shop or on site somewhere where there's a lot of editing and changing cameras around and things like that, where you have to break down a full build into 10, 15, 20 minutes or whatever it is. So this is something I've had in my head, and I thought it'd be a great time to start it. I wanted to say thank you real quick. This channel has been such a blast to do so far, so fun, and it's been such a blessing. We we're over 1,100 subscribers now. That is mind blowing to me. In the short time we've been doing this, since mid-January, I think, and so just man, I've been overwhelmed with with gratitude with the responses I've got and the comments and things like that. So thank you very much. Truly, thank you very much. Hey, but what I wanted the format for this kind of weekly Saturday morning show to be is kind of like a Q&A type format. Maybe I wanted to spend a few minutes every video just talking about whatever's going on up here. Could be woodworking, could be family, could be faith, all those things that I talked about early on in the first video that I did for the channel. I wanted to be able to incorporate those into the video, this video here, but the majority of the video I wanted to have is a Q&A type thing. So, for example, at the end of the video today, I'm going to pose a question, kind of a talking point or a topic, and I would love if you guys would leave me comments. You can leave it on my email, which I'll put on the screen here below me, or you can leave comments in the video comments for here. And the next week, I wanted to just go over those. I wanted to talk about the responses, talk about the comments, or anything else that gets left. And so we would kind of move week to week with a Q&A. I present you guys a question, and then I'd like to go over the responses and the answers, give my thoughts on those responses and answers if need be. And I just thought that'd be a fun way for us to have dialogue, for us to communicate, have some interaction, and really doing it in kind of an edited, raw type of way. The only thing I may do is put the comments up on the screen as I'm reading them, so they're easier to read. Sometimes my southern dialect or my southern accent, I should say, gets in the way occasionally. So we like to join a lot of words together into one. But that's the idea for this weekly video that'll be on the channel now. So I have a few things I want to talk about, which will lead into our first question that we'll discuss and go over the responses next week. So one thing I've seen a lot recently, now again, this is a new channel. We've only been going at it for a few months now. But I've seen a few videos recently that have came up in my feeds. I watch a lot of YouTube, like I said before, and I watch a lot of woodworking YouTube. And one thing that has came up in a couple of channels, very well established channels that have been out for many, many, many years and have a lot of subscribers, a lot of views. One thing that I've seen is a few videos by these creators on some of the criticism or things that they've been getting on the content that they're putting out on their channel. You have a channel, one for example is a guy that he's a masterful woodworker and does a lot of traditional style woodworking. And, he made a video talking about why woodworking creators have kind of shifted a lot of their channel content over to things like tool reviews and tips and tricks and things along that nature, as opposed to just solely making build videos. And so that's that's not everybody's thing. And so I've seen a few different videos along that line. And granted, I can't speak to that because I'm not I haven't been doing this very long. But I wanted to give a perspective from brand new channel, from a newer creator. Now, one thing I do is a lot of research. And before I even started this YouTube journey, after my back surgery, when I had to quit working, and as some of you know, if you've seen the first video, I had a very successful home inspection company we had for many, many years. Did very well with it, and due to back and knee issues and future upcoming back and knee issues, we decided to close that business and kind of pursue the hobby side hustle I'd started, of woodworking. And so that is going forward, as I said in the videos, that is the path, that is the gear. Grow my woodworking business, and then this channel kind of morphed from that. And so those two things are the direction I'm headed. But one thing I wanted to talk about is these guys' videos and kind of this topic of why content has changed slightly, especially in the woodworking realm of YouTube. And one of the things that several of these creators have said is that is because that's what that's what gets the views. And this one gentleman, he said, I've started doing more tool reviews because those videos, when I create tool review videos, they get 5 times the views as me making a table or me making a hutch or an ottoman or shelves or whatever it is he's making. And so he's kind of geared his content more towards that, at times, because that's what people are watching. And so, like I said, I don't have a long history of different variety of videos. And so, but those kind of things strike me as I try to grow the channel and I plan for moving forward, is what kind of content do we want to have on the channel? Thus the reason for this format. Having not just my weekly build video or whatever the main video is, but having this type of Q&A video where we can introduce some variety into the channel. And if it's not your thing, that's cool. We still got the other video coming out every week as well. But the tool reviews and the tips and tricks videos has really rubbed some viewers the wrong way that really enjoy more traditional style woodworking. And like I said, I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't have history to reference off of. But it's just something that I've seen recently from several kind of established bigger channel creators. And it's something that's been on my mind, and something that, of course, I've got to think about moving forward, is being mindful of my content, because this is something that I want to grow into a full-time thing. And so guys doing tool reviews, tips and tricks, promoting certain brands of tools, really doesn't hit everybody the right way. And so I want to kind of get your thoughts on that as our first question this week. And then next week, we will talk about the responses and the answers I've gotten, and I'll give you some more of my thoughts on this very topic. But I wanted to present that up front, because I feel like as a new channel, making sure that me as the creator and you guys as the viewers, that we are on as much of the same page as possible. Not everyone's always going to like the videos I make. Some people will, some people won't. Some people are going to like more, some of the videos better than other videos, because I hope I've shown so far, and I want to continue to show, that I want a variety. I want some that are more comical, and more entertainment driven, some that are more informational and kind of tips and that type of thing. And so I want to continue to produce a variety. And again, we're just getting started. But so here's my question. I'll quit rambling so we can get this wrapped up. For next week's video, for next week's Coffee with Chris, next Saturday's video, what are you guys really into when it comes to your woodworking YouTube videos that you watch? What do you guys like? Do you like the traditional style woodworking videos? Do you like a video where something is being built? There's not a lot of music, there's not a lot of talking, or very minimal of those things, and it's just the sound of the tools. I've seen those comments. Do you guys like more talking, more narrative, more commentary during the builds? Do you like music going because it keeps everything kind of upbeat and up tempo? Do you love tool reviews? And do you love tips and tricks videos? Tell me what you guys like, and that'll help me kind of, one, it'll get this Coffee with Chris episodic show going, and two, it'll kind of help gear me and give me some ideas on what you're looking for going forward for videos. So that's all I got for today. Leave the comments in the comments for this video or email them to me. I'll put my email address right down below. But get those sent to me. I'd like to have them all by like Thursday morning of the following week so I can get this video together to come out for Saturday mornings. Thanks for joining me today. Thank you again so much for all the support, and we'll see you soon. Take care.